big change.
Welcome back to Newfoundland. What was the experience like here filming for you?
Oh, it was wonderful. We were here in the late summer, early fall, and the landscape itself was just so inviting. And the days I wasn't working, we would go hiking and discovering places and just great masses of land. And also, our location where we shot was in Keels, and it was very remote, and our base camp was right on the ocean, and the sunsets were extraordinary, and just listening to the ocean, and it was a great experience.
And it had to have been like a nice bonding experience with the cast and crew when you are in a very small town, remote location. Did you find that yourself? Like that perhaps more than in other film sets that you've been on?
Well, that's the fun of being on location. You make a family and you eat together and you go to the pub together and, play music with the locals, which we did. We made friends with the locals and had a really good experience, yeah.
And Faye is such an interesting character. There's so many layers to her and her motivations. How would you describe her?
I would describe her as a good-hearted person, family first. She's a school teacher, and then she suffers from dementia, and a miracle happens and she's back. And so she's not taking her life for granted.
And one of the things that I liked is when we first meet Faye, it's a very physical transformation that we see her go through. She is hunched over. She is, clearly not as well as she is after the miracle. What is that like for you as an actor who gets to have that extra layer of physical performance?
Well, I did my research on the stages of dementia, Alzheimer's, and got very specific about which stage she's in when certain things happen. Nobody knows what goes on inside the mind of someone with dementia. But she, once healed, does not want to go back. And that hell that she must have experienced is enough to make her do things that on the outside maybe she would be judged for, but if you understand her, which I did, which I hope I brought to the character, so you understand why she does what she does.
You've had so many great roles throughout your career, and Faye is one of them. When you are going to take on a project, take on a role, what do you really look for before you say yes?
The money. Independent movies don't pay money. What do I look for? I look for what this character represents to the whole story. Who is she in the story? What is her arc? What transformation does she make? I'm not really interested. Even if I play a small role in a big movie, there's got to be something that draws me to wanting to start out one way, something happens, and then this is the outcome, so that there's an arc. Sometime I just saw a movie the other day that I was in, and I'm barely in anymore, and it's like, because it's up to the director and the producers whether that performance stays in the movie or not. And I thought, how did they cut around my performance so grandly that I'm barely in there anymore? Like, why did I do this? People would probably go, why the fuck did you do that movie? There's nothing there. I said, well, it's not my fault. I don't have final cut. I don't think I answered your question.
No, that was great. That was better. And then just as my final question, what kind of a director is Christian?
He's a good director because he listens to suggestions. He knew what he wanted. He was very clear about that, which is nice to have a leader, but also open to suggestions and improvements.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure. I'm excited to see the movie tonight with the local crowd, as I'm sure you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Should
Hope
be
people
fun.
show up.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, they'll come out.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye.